and welcome to Bite-Sized Books. Today I'm going to be reviewing Conscious Luck by Hendricks and Kline. If you're new to the channel, my online handle is MiniMac. My government name is Ashley. You can call me whatever you like. This is a 4.5-hour Audible that did give me a incredibly useful tool and exercise to work through that I found to be rather profound, and I'm actually really excited to share. On that note, I will say that this is one of those books that uses multiple stories to make the same point, and I'm just somebody who finds that a little bit frustrating. So I think maybe we could have done without so much of the storytelling, but outside of that, as I said, I found an incredibly useful, helpful trick to process some trauma and get clear on some things. So I'm super stoked to share that one thing in particular. It says right in the title, Conscious Luck, 8 Secrets to Intentionally Change Your Fortune. And that's precisely how I'm going to break down the book, is in those 8 secrets. The secrets are then further broken down into 2 separate 4-step parts. The 4 daily living secrets and then the 4 foundational secrets. So to start off with the 4 foundational secrets, the first secret is to commit to being a VLP, a very lucky person. One great tip in this I found is they'll tell you to write out a sentence using your right hand, and then your left, and then your right, and you repeat this 3 times each, I believe, also while reading the sentence aloud. So you insert your own name, but the sentence is as follows. I, Ashley Mackenzie, make a sincere commitment to being lucky now and forever. I'm going to insert a little picture of what it looked like for me. I had a pretty good chuckle at it, but the idea is to get you to focus on this and get your brain to think about it in different ways. Don't let yourself go on autopilot during this exercise. Sorry, it looks like I actually only wrote it twice, but after you write it twice, once with each hand taking turns, then you sign it and you date it. In addition to writing out and stating, I acknowledge that through the power of my commitments, both conscious and unconscious, I've created my life as it is now. I now choose to use this power to create my life the way I consciously want it to be. Yes, I, Ashley Mackenzie, want to be lucky. Another great tool, or tip rather, is to go public with these statements. Be that on social media, or even if you're just telling your friends and family. First and foremost, because you might find some people will help hold you accountable to that and check in with you on that. And also because it gives you a little bit of a glimpse into other people's attitudes towards luck, which is going to be important in one of the steps later on. Foundational secret number 2, release your personal barriers to good fortune. And this is where I found this very, very useful exercise. So in this exercise, it's suggested that you only work about as far as like in your college years and then backwards, so your formative years. You physically write out on a timeline where you first started noticing you're unlucky. Once you've identified those points on your timeline, you're to take your right hand and point to it and say, that was then. Take your left hand and put it over your heart and say, this is now. And you're to repeat this multiple times. I actually stopped reviewing the book for the rest of the day that day and sat down and did this exercise over and over and over again because holy moly, I found it to be very, very helpful. So you go through this timeline, that was then, this is now. And you also write down all of your parents and your grandparents, and you identify who you feel like viewed themselves as lucky versus who may have viewed themselves as unlucky, who was more positive and who was more negative. You're going to want to focus on the negative ones and point, again, this is written on paper, point with your right hand and say, that was them. Left hand over the heart, this is me. A lot of tears were shed that day. I found this to be an incredibly profound exercise. I hope it helps you as much as it helped me. The third foundational secret is to transform shame into a magnet for abundance. Jessica Moore said, our shame becomes toxic when we internalize messages from others that don't serve our health and well-being. Key to this one is the only way out is through. You gotta do some shadow work and sit down and process your shame, because it doesn't need to live there. Shame isn't something we're born with. It's something that's inflicted upon us by others. And that's just a lot of shadow work that you're gonna have to do. One helpful tip I found in the book, though, was when you're sitting in it and you're getting dialed in and you're getting in touch with yourself and your shameful feelings, when they say the only way out is through, there is a meditation practice where you can sit with that feeling and allow it to be there and not judge it and not push it away. Let it live there, and then wash it with white light. Cleanse it, purify it, and release it. Another great tip for that was to think about somebody you love very deeply, be it a parent, a partner, a child, a friend, someone you love and care for very, very deeply. Drum up those feelings of love right after going through your own feelings of shame, and direct all that love that you have for that other person onto yourself. The fourth foundational secret is to have luck-worthy goals. Luck-worthy goals are going to light you up. They're going to be something very deep and meaningful, and not only beneficial to you, but helpful to others as well. And a great way to determine if you have luck-worthy goals or not is to check in and see, if my life was completely abundant, what goals would I have? So if you had all the money in the world, would you still be reviewing personal development books? I know I certainly would. So that's a great way to indicate whether or not this is a luck-worthy goal. Would you still do it if you were rich and had all the time and money in the world? So now we're moving into the 4 daily living secrets, but this is the 8 secrets to change your luck. So I'm carrying on and saying that this is number 5. Number 5 being take bold action consistently. The idea behind the 4th step is to give luck a reason to visit. And now this 5th step is about giving it the opportunity to visit. A great way to open yourself up to new opportunities is to try doing something new every day, even if it's just a new route that you drive to work, or a different coffee shop you stop in to get your coffee. Change up your routine in small ways, but as often as you can every day. This is going to lead you to be more spontaneous, out of the box, and creative as well. In addition to that, being a yes man is going to open up more opportunities for you. So if you find yourself being invited to something and at first you'd like to say no just because maybe you're not feeling it or you're a little tired, try saying yes, because you don't know what could be on the other side of saying yes to that opportunity. Being too focused and rigid can mean you miss opportunities, so open yourself up to the world and just let things organically unfold around you. Oh, and go out and do some stuff that you're afraid of. You have to go out on a limb because that's where the fruit is. Like Shakespeare said, a coward dies 1,000 deaths, while the hero, only one. Don't forget that fortune favors the bold and that you cannot receive without giving. It is a two-way street. The 6th secret is to find your lucky tribe, and that's what I was referencing earlier when I said if you go public with this, pay attention to people's reactions, because you don't want to keep yourself around people that don't believe in conscious luck, that believe that they're unlucky, that believe you'll always be unlucky. This is not a positive mindset to be around, and while you may lose some friends along the way, I promise you, you're going to make better ones. You shape the environment that shapes you. They say that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend most of your time with, so check in with yourself and your people in your tribe and what you guys do in your time together. Are you constantly swapping victim stories? Actually, a great example from this book, and where sometimes I understand why they tell all of the stories. It's to help things click, and this story really helped this click for me. I guess one year, Gay Hendricks was complaining about spending $250,000 to the IRS. He was rather upset about it. And one day his wife looked at him and said, "Don't you think we should be happy that we're fortunate enough that we made so much money that we owe 250 grand to the IRS? Like, let's maybe celebrate the fact that we made that much money this year." Perfect example. Who's fanning your flames? Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Secret number 7, learn to be at the right place at the right time and do something about it. While you can't always know where the right place or what the right time is, you can do things such as trust your inner guidance rather than allowing overthinking to take over, because a crowded mind leaves no space for a peaceful heart. Your inner guidance is huge on this. It's important to do what you know to be true in your gut. Follow your gut instincts and just learn to turn off that mental chatter, that voice in your brain that expresses nothing but limiting beliefs. Let it go, and you'll find yourself just organically ending up in the right place at the right time and avoiding the wrong places at the wrong times as well. The 8th and final secret is to practice radical gratitude and appreciation. They do say in the book that if you had only one conscious secret that you were going to choose to master in the moment, make it this one. Gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. If you truly feel grateful always, no matter what, you have truly mastered conscious luck. I wrote down a couple of gratitude basics here for us. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more, a meal into a feast. It turns denial into acceptance, a house into a home, chaos into order, a stranger into friend, and confusion into clarity. We gotta put our ego to bed because it's outdated and overprotective and counterproductive. Luck is subjective. So your perspective is key in being radical with your gratitude and appreciation. And there is a difference between gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude is something you feel, thankful for, lucky for people, places, things, etc. Appreciation is something you do. So actually vocalizing your gratitude, showing your gratitude is appreciation. This seems to be the key in just about every book I review. Staying grateful, staying grounded, staying positive. I don't know if I would or would not recommend this book. I'm very torn because that one timeline exercise was so incredibly profound for me. So I appreciated that, but hearing 3, 4, 5 different stories to drive home one point, I mean, I understand sort of why they do it. I did find myself getting rather frustrated. So I'll leave it up to you to determine if you're gonna check this book out or not. I hope this review was helpful to you in some way. I'm wishing you all peace, love, and light, saying stay blessed, and bye for now.